Happy Wednesday to you all. So excited to be back with you live. If you were hanging with us the last couple weeks, we had pre-recorded those episodes because we were on vacation. We were in Hawaii. We usually go in the winter, but as you know, the last winter was kind of wild with just everything that was going on, and so we gave it a try in the summer. We had an amazing time. I've got some pictures to share with you from our trip. We were in Waikiki for 9 days, Monday through Wednesday. But so excited to be back with you for a live edition of AH Live. And to commemorate that, we have not one, but two incredible guests today, two amazing saxophonists, Patrick Lamb and Greg Chambers. I'll talk a little bit more about them later. They've both got brand new music that just came out in the past few weeks that I had the good fortune of working on with for both of them. And so I'll tell you guys about them, and then we'll get to hear both of their brand new singles. Also, I wanted to do a huge shout out and thank you to all of you who were so generous and contributing to my Indiegogo. It was a record for myself. 132 of you contributed to my Indiegogo for my fourth album, and I appreciate you guys so much. The deadline was last night at midnight. I just got the proof back on the album cover and whatnot, and so it is going to manufacturing tomorrow. I want to get you guys your copies as soon as possible. If you didn't make the Indiegogo, or if you want some more copies, don't worry. Today I updated my website, and now you can pre-order the new album. It's called Rising Up. I'm so excited about this project. It's 10 songs of just feel-good grooves all the way through, and it drops September 10th. But if you order it from my website, or if you're one of the Indiegogo people, you're going to get it in the next, I would say, 3 weeks or so, well before September 10th. By the way, the brand new single is the title track, also called Rising Up, and that's coming out August 16th. So we've got a lot of new music coming up. I'm so excited, but check out that. You can go to adamholly.com, or you can just click that link in the description and pre-order the new record. So exciting. Album number 4, it's called Rising Up. And because of that, I'm debuting another brand new song, never performed before, never heard before. That's right, this is the world debut of track 1 off of the new album, and it is called Gotta Get Up. It's a funky tune, features some horn arrangements from my fellow former bandmate of Brian Culbertson, Michael Stever. He did some incredible horns on here, and awesome band, Mel Brown, Eric Valentine, Carnell Harrell, and Ramon Islas. And hey, I'm talking too much. Let's do the tune, all right? Give me 1 second. Here we go. goodness, that was a workout, ladies and gentlemen. That is track 1 off the brand new album. It's called Gotta Get Up. I hope you all enjoyed it. I was having fun. That's the first time I've ever played it as well. So, hey, that's what you got to look forward to on the album Rising Up. So, go on over to adamholly.com. You can pre-order that. All of you Indiegogo people, thank you again. I'm getting it out to you literally as soon as possible. They're going to start printing those tomorrow. All right, and one more quick reminder. If you want to help out the show, we make it super easy. You can just click that link in the description, which will take you to my website, but also PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and then you can also do stars. And you guys have been amazing. You guys are the reason we're here on episode 70. So crazy to say that. So appreciate you guys so much. As I mentioned, we've got 2 incredible performers today. Number 1, we'll hear from Patrick Lamb. He's an amazing saxophonist from the Pacific Northwest, just like me. And he has toured with so many people. Gino Vanelli, Bobby Caldwell, the list goes on and on. But he's an incredible solo artist in his own right as well. And we had so much fun doing this tune called Malibu Drive. It just came out a few weeks ago, and so he was nice enough to perform it for us, and we're going to hear that in just a second. And also, Greg Chambers from the Bay Area, another incredible saxophonist. I also had the good fortune of producing and mixing this one as well, and he is an amazing educator up in the Bay Area and also tours around doing his own music. I know he's got a really great looking CD release party coming up, so if you're anywhere in the Bay Area, make sure to go check out Greg's CD release party. He's got a whole project. I had a good fortune of doing 2 tunes with him, but he's got a whole project coming out, so make sure you check that out. Patrick Lamb and Greg Chambers. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy them. Here we go. big shout out to Patrick Lamb. That was awesome. We had a double feature there of saxophones. Patrick Lamb and Greg Chambers. Appreciate you guys. It was an honor working on both of your projects and wish you both of you nothing but success on Let's Dance from Greg and Malibu Drive from Patrick. Thanks for taking the time to record those for us. They sounded great, and you guys know what time it is to further elaborate on it and let us know what the people are saying about those two incredible guests. Let's bring in my lovely wife, Kat Holly. Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You know what? I'm still finding my way around all these knobs we've pre-recorded the last 2 weeks. So when I was setting up today, I was like, oh, what do I got to plug this in, and I got to
forgetting what to do.
Well, because ladies and gentlemen, what happened is that we did 3 weeks ago, we did the episode live. Then we stayed up late and did 2 more episodes back to back. So we actually did 3 in one night, the one live and then the 2 pre-records. So we haven't done Age Live, the technical aspect of it.
And we had wardrobe changes, and for me, I did just lipstick and earring changes as well.
Well, you know, and it's funny because in both those shows, I didn't really mention it until about halfway through, and I saw in the comments a lot of people were like, oh, I had no idea this was pre-recorded.
I know, yeah.
Maybe we didn't have to say anything.
I know.
We went all out. We did
it worked out.
We did I mean, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we don't mess around. We do the wardrobe changes. We get, trying to do it right. But anyways, what are the people out there saying about Patrick and Greg?
So many people really enjoyed them, and a lot of people were saying thank you so much, Adam, for introducing us to these artists because they were really digging them.
Yeah.
With Patrick Lamb, Denise Walters says excellent sound, Patrick. James E. Carter also said that he has an awesome sound.
Yeah.
And then he said it was his first time hearing and seeing both artists, and he was just saying thank you, Adam, for bringing them to us tonight.
Oh no, my pleasure.
And then with Greg Chambers, Freddie Pat or Pate or Pate, I guess it's someone who knows Greg, and he says, Greg, my man, with a whole bunch of exclamation points. Linda Boney says, sounding amazing. And
Definitely.
So many people were just loving the vibe of both of their songs.
No, and it was fun because both are upbeat summer songs. They're just ready to groove. And I really mean I had a blast working on both of those tracks. It was just a lot of fun, just a lot of feel-good vibes. Not unlike my new album, Rising Up, which is also a bunch of feel-good vibes. Did anyone have anything to say about my new song?
Yes, sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Sorry to be leading.
No, it's okay.
Self-aggrandizing. I apologize.
It's okay. Terry Silva says, loving the vibe.
Thank you.
Dave Fritz says, this is a hot song, man. And then James E. Carter also, he said, this is a hit, Adam.
Oh, you guys are too kind. I digress. But no, I mean, summertime's all about feel-good vibes, and I definitely went for that with my new project, and so did Patrick and Greg. So definitely look out for both of them. Grab their music, go to their websites, check them out live. Patrick is playing all the time in the Pacific Northwest, and as I mentioned, Greg has that CD release show coming up. So definitely check it out. And speaking of touring, I have an updated tour schedule for you guys, which is pretty cool. I mean, every week now there's some updates, which is exciting.
Something added. That's really
neat. This is the rundown as of today. My very next show is in SoCal, in Temecula at South Coast Winery. Very excited about this. It's outdoor. It's with myself, Michael Paulo, and Daryl Williams. We're all doing original music, and we're going to jump up and hang on each other's tunes. So it's going to be a big party. I hope you can make it. It's Sunday, August 15th. So grab your tickets. Just go to South Coast Winery. Type that into Google, and you'll find it right away. And then we have 5 shows in 5 days. We're doing the Animal Cracker series up in Racine near Milwaukee. Then we're in Rochester, my very first time playing Rochester. Excited about that, along with Judah Seeley, incredible saxophonist. Then we're in upstate New York in Elmira. Then Waterfront Festival in Norfolk. Then we're staying over a second day in Norfolk for Brothers. If you're anywhere near Norfolk, for the festival, it's me and Jakeem Joyner. So grab your tickets. And then it'll be a different show the next day at Brothers. That'll be just Adam Hawley. But we have 2 shows. The second show's already sold out. So if you want to see that, grab the 3:30 before it's gone. There's only 9 tables left. And then a lot of these I have mentioned in the past week. So quick reminder, if you want to check us out, just go to adamholly.com. You can get all these dates. I'm trying to see if there's a new one since last week. Yes, there are. There are 2 new ones. Birmingham, we are coming to you October 22nd. Perfect note. That is a Friday night. We'll be in Atlanta the night before. And then Saturday we'll be in Columbia, South Carolina at Shays Lounge. So pencil those in. I don't think they're for sale yet, but put them on your calendar so you don't miss it. And the last one, St. Louis, was a TBD, but it's now official. We are at the Grand L on December 17th. So that will be in St. Louis, Missouri. So we got a bunch of cool shows coming up, Tani.
Yes.
Honey, Cat. Sorry, if you didn't realize, Tani is our nickname for Cat. So anyways,
Right.
I slipped up. Got to keep it professional.
Right.
She'll talk to me afterwards about that.
Oh, my goodness. So many people are saying that they're so excited for your album. A lot of people are saying that they're really happy that you did Indiegogo because so they can contribute and be part of the project.
And again, thank you. Man, I cannot thank you guys enough. This is the most people ever. I've done crowdfunding on every album, and 132 of you jumped on. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. And Cece in London, she said, London, England, please.
I know we want to get there so bad. We want to get a Guinness and some fish and chips. And
I want some gin.
Okay, yeah. And what did we get over there too? Shepherd's pie. And we had some sort of like, it was like a pot pie or something too. It was amazing. Anyways, we enjoyed London.
Yeah.
We ate our way through there.
And it was so long ago. I think Adam Jr. probably was 4.
3.
Was he 3?
He was 3.
He was 3,
Yeah,
and he
'cause-
slept the entire time because he was off kiltered with the time change.
Yeah, he'd be up all night playing with his iPad or whatever, and then we'd wake up and he'd be in the stroller. So we would literally be strolling him by like national monuments and whatnot. And he'd be just all the way asleep, going by Big
our
Ben
photo
and just.
of,
it was pretty
London,
hilarious.
in front of London Bridge. He's in the stroller, but he's knocked out, so
Right,
he has
yeah.
no idea what's going on. We have to show that picture one day.
Yeah, we got to find that. We got to. Well, that's some. We got some ammunition in case he ever acts up. Hey, we'll show this.
I know.
Show this to people. So, well, speaking of pictures, we have a ton to get to from the past several weeks. As you know, we were in vacation in Hawaii. Of course, we are also working on our house endlessly. It never ends. So we have updates for that. We also had family in town. So let's check out some of these pictures here.
Okay. Let's check
So
them
let's see.
out.
So number one, as you guys know, Hawaii is our favorite destination. We've been there 5 times or something. So it's become a kind of our annual family vacation. And we were definitely having withdrawals because we didn't go this winter like we usually do. So we went a few weeks ago, and this was the view out of the hotel
Ah, it's so pretty.
of Waikiki. And as I mentioned, 9 days, Monday through Wednesday. We had such a blast. And I have a few more pictures from, we went out to eat. This is inside of the hotel. This was the very first hotel built in Waikiki. We didn't know that till we left and read the plaque. But we ate outside on the water, and this was us kind of taking a picture inside. I look very full there. It was very good. Let's see. Oh, we met up. We have some friends that live in Waikiki. You went to college with Heidi, right?
Yeah, so this is my friend Heidi and then her husband Ruben. And Ruben and Heidi are both from here in California, but Ruben went to college in Hawaii. And so he's been there probably, like 15 years maybe. And so Heidi and I actually went to college together. We used to sing and dance and theater together. And she also is a licensed professional in hair and makeup. So we used to do a lot of work together in college. We used to do weddings, hair and makeup together. We used to work at a spa together as estheticians. And so now she's in Hawaii and she does permanent makeup. And so every time we're in Hawaii, we always see them. And it's really cool because we either go to their house or they, take us to a local spot that they really like. So we kind of get away from strip of Waikiki.
So believe it or not, we were in Honolulu, but we went to an Italian restaurant. But it was great. It was very tasty. And then we had gelato after.
Yeah.
So it was an Italian evening.
Well, and it makes sense because a lot of Hawaii's population is Japanese. And so you can find some of the best Italian food in Japan.
True.
Which is, a lot of people are like, what? But it's true.
We went to an Italian restaurant in Tokyo the first time that we went in 2009, and it was like being in Italy. It was unreal.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see. So that was Hanging with Heidi and Ruben.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is quite
There's
a picture
Adam
here.
Jr.
This looks like an album cover.
It does. So we spent one day, we had a cabana at the pool, literally from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yep.
But I think we did like 10 to 4, and that was enough. And we just laid by the pool all day. Adam Jr. had his bottomless smoothies.
Yeah, he kept ordering them.
Strawberry banana, and he was just living it up. And he got sunburned that day, actually.
We all did. We all got a little crispy. In fact, that was our last day on the water. The next 2 days, we kind of just relaxed because we all felt kind of cooked.
Well,
being
I
out
was
there that
fine.
long. Okay. All right. Well, me and Adam felt a little
Adam
cooked.
Jr. and you, felt a little cooked. And poor little Adam, he's like, my face is burning. So I had to pour ice water all over his face. But after I did that, he was fine. And by the night, he didn't have like any flaking or anything with his skin. He was like, no, I'm fine. So I think it was just kind of being out there.
Oh man, that's crazy. So that was little Adam, and then this was one of our favorite places. We go here every single time. I wish we would have got pictures of the food, but this is an incredible breakfast place called Aloha Kitchen. If you're ever over there, they make souffle pancakes, and the lady here next to between me and Kat is the owner. And so she always remembers us, and we always come in and say hi and catch up with her.
Yeah.
And she's such a sweetheart. So
sweet. And, we've gone, once a year for the past, it's been 6 years now. Yeah. 1 year, I think we went twice.
Yeah.
And Adam Jr., that's his spot. He always wants to stop there. And so she always remembers Adam. So she gets to see him every year as he grows. And so this year, she was like, what? She was like, oh my gosh, because he's gotten so big. And then he tells her he loves her Portuguese sausage, and she's like, well, you should get a summer job here, when you're a teenager.
No question.
Since he loves it so much. So it's so nice to go and see the people that we see all the time.
And we got so much great food. Remember on the last night we went to we found this food truck area, and the Thai food was I was like, why did we find this on the last day?
I know.
We need to go back and have a Thai night. Of course, little Adam, he'll want his McDonald's or something, but you and I can have our Thai food night.
Yeah, it was so good.
So much great food over there.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
I've been hitting the gym ever since. So also we're continually working on the house. So we had a little bit of a faux pas happen. I'll let you narrate this, Kat, since you were spearheading this whole venture.
Okay, so we came to the point where we had to select like the stone and the tile. I remember that we shared that with you guys for the past 2 weeks, and you guys were kind of helping us with ideas and giving us your opinions on which ones we should choose. And so when we talked to the owner while we were in Hawaii, he was like, okay, well, we can do the coping on Wednesday, and we got home Wednesday evening. He's like, that would be nice. You get home and the coping is done. So the coping, as you can see, is people either put bricks or kind of in-cast cement pieces, or you get poured cement, and that's all around the border of the pool, basically, and then like at the border at the top of the jacuzzi. So we're like, okay, yeah, cool. And plus Grammy was here, so she was able to delegate if they needed anything. Well, we get here and it looks terrible. Like when I say terrible, it was really terrible. So the arrows in the photo, you could see that there were it was like bumpy. It wasn't straight, like laser straight.
Yeah.
You can kind of see how some of the pieces come out a little more. And then like the lines that separate each of the squares, some of them were not straight. They weren't like perpendicular. They were kind of at an angle. Some pieces were more fat than others. They all weren't just like the same size. And
especially if you look down the line of the length of the pool, it was, and in person too, you know, it was just like, whoa, like it was
crazy.
like this.
And then, you know, I had spoken to the contractor via FaceTime that, you know, I wanted the coping a certain size. I wanted them more linear, like rectangular versus like little short squares. So I said, what's the biggest we can go without it being compromised to cracking, you know, really soon? And he's like, if I go any longer than 24 inches, then, you know, you might have a problem with cracking. I said, okay, let's do 24 inches. Well, as you guys already know, because I do a lot of DIY and I know how things should look, and my eye is very sharp. As soon as I looked at them, I knew, I said, these are not 24 inches and they're not all the same. So I go inside and I got the measuring tape. I measured some all around, and of course, they were not all the same size.
Random.
It was random. One was 24, and then one was 22, and then one was 21.
Oh.
And I was like, are they crazy? And so, you know, we had to call the owner, and now the owner actually doesn't do anything. He just hires, you know, contractors to do the work for them. And I was like, this needs to be replaced. It doesn't look really good. The contractor came the next day with an attitude, so rude, like, well, what's the problem? And we, you know, showed him all of the things, and he's like, well, it's dry now, so what do you want to do? And Adam was like, well, it needs to be right.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I can take some pieces off, you know, to fix it, so what do you want to do? And I said, well, take it off.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how many? I said, all of it. And he's like, everything? Even the spa? I said, yeah, even the spa. He's like, the spa looks good. I said, everything needs to be taken up and redone. So they redid it.
Yeah,
they
so
redid it.
they brought the jackhammer out. Here's one gentleman working on it, and then I think this next picture is them taking all of it off.
Yes.
So this is after they installed it and took it off, and so crazy. There they are.
There
Still
they are.
taking it off.
And look at how beautiful the lines look. And it's so funny because my mom, when they were like doing all of the prep work and stuff, and she was looking out of the window, and she's like, oh, they didn't do any of this stuff last week when they were doing it. And they were like taking their extreme extra time. Everything was very meticulous. And of course, I was out there towards the end making sure everything was straight. And and the contractor just kind of had a little attitude because I told him, I said, you know, when you measure it, I said, I want everything 24 inches. It was not all the same last time. So he said, oh, well, some of them might not add up because, you know, square footage and like angles and stuff. And I said, okay, but you're going to just have to do the math. Like, with the square footage, divide, how can they all be the same size? As if it absolutely can't be the same size, then the outsides need to be even with each other, and then the insides, you know, like, come on. And so, you know, he took his time and measured everything. And so I think to get all of them the exact same size, it was like 23 inches and like 1/4 or something like that. And I was like, that's fine. I was like, as long as they're all identical.
Yeah. No, but so I think here is the, this is the finished, right?
Yeah.
And it looks so much better. It's still drying. I think it cures for what, a week?
Yeah, something like that. Like he said, in between 3 to 4 days, or 3 to 5 days, we have to look at it. So you can see how it's kind of different colors. The lighter color is what it will be. It's pewter. So it's just going to be a light gray. So the darker coloring that you see there, that means that it's still wet underneath and like all inside. So like once it all dries to that light color, then it's like fully dry. But it's literally night and day difference. It's amazing.
James Creer says, don't mess with Kat.
No, yeah. And Cat Finn says, I think he didn't expect her to know her stuff.
Right, yeah. No, you do, because you do a lot. You'd be out there doing the concrete if you could, if you had a concrete truck.
I would. No, yeah. And, you know, it's so funny because I think a lot of and sometimes I run into this a lot. I think when I speak to people on the phone or when they see me, they think they could kind of just like get by because my voice is really small. so they don't really know how old I am when I'm talking. And then when they see me, they probably
You're very
think
small.
I'm really young and small. And
This little girl don't know what she's talking about.
and then when I have to correct them, they're like, oh. But no, it just was crazy. And even the owner was like, yeah, because I think maybe the guy had to pay for it himself, maybe pay for the new concrete and stuff like that, because the owner was like, well, he learned a lesson. Because what happened was, I guess he had left the site and then had other people finishing the work and didn't see it when it was done. And the owner said, like, he fessed up to it. And so he said he learned a lesson, you know, like, you need to just do stuff yourself. And I was like, well, yeah, it needs to be right.
And also, simultaneously with all of this, we also had our nieces and nephew here, your sister's kids.
Yeah.
And we got a great picture of them not in action. This is incredible. What I think we had just finished laser tag, right? Or were we on the way there?
Right before laser tag.
Oh, we were on the way to laser tag.
Yeah.
They do not look excited at all.
So funny.
Oh,
Look
man.
at them.
So that's little Adam, and then Taryn and Tehran. So crazy. And then we also have little Adam in action. Let me turn the music down. I think there's some audio too. We did go to since obviously our pool is not ready, we went to the community pool and...
So I'll tell you, so Adam Jr., what is today, Wednesday? He got his second vaccination on Monday, his second COVID vaccination.
Yeah.
The first one, he was completely fine, just complained about his arm being sore.
Yep.
And then Monday, he said, oh, my arm feels fine. You know, the cousins were still here. That was their last day. So they wanted to go to the pool before they went to the airport.
Right.
But Adam Jr. was like, well, I'm just going to rest, you know, in case I get tired. So he just had his regular clothes on, you know, sweats and a T-shirt and some sandals. He didn't put on his swim clothes. But while we were there, I guess he just got a burst of energy, which, you know, a lot of people did say that the vaccine did give them a burst of energy.
That happened to me too, until I started vomiting.
And he just was like so crazy.
Yeah.
He was like so excited all of a sudden and just wanted to jump in the pool. And now Adam Jr. has never jumped in the pool before, because right before we went to Hawaii actually was his first time going underwater.
Yeah.
Now he's had swim lessons for years, and he loves the water, he loves the ocean, but for some reason he had a huge fear of actually going under and having his head underwater.
When he was really little, he didn't like showers. He only liked baths because the water coming down and hitting him in the head.
And so it was just always really strange to Adam and I, because, you know, I started swimming when I was 7, and I think for you the same. And I, you know, was fine. I loved the water, but you know, that just goes to show that everyone's different. And so, so right before we went to Hawaii, he started going under. And then this whole jumping in the pool thing, I'm like, oh my goodness. So
all right, let's see it. Let's see it. He looks like he should be in the Olympics. He's not messing around.
I know. And
He's
we
not
did the
messing
slow-mo
around.
for you. So funny. So, and that was him with all of his clothes on. And I was like, oh my goodness. But he loved it. He had a great time. So funny.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great to see them. We got to see your sister and our brother-in-law as well. And so now it was great. You know, a lot of activity going on between the house and the vacation and then family. But we're locked and loaded now. I'm back in the studio working on more music.
Yeah.
And we have 2 weeks before we start touring again. So
right. And Adam Jr. starts school on Monday.
He starts on Monday.
7th grade.
And it's Kat's birthday on Saturday.
Oh, I know.
Turning.
I don't even know. I stopped counting a long time ago.
I won't do that to you. But no, so we're gonna be celebrating Saturday, and then Junior starts school Monday. It's so crazy, so crazy.
Roz
7th
Johnson,
grade.
Roz Johnson says he's got good. Or no, sorry. Yeah, Robert Zahn says good height on the jump. Talking about Adam Jr.
He got up there. Yeah.
So Corvetta Smith says, wow, go Adam Jr. Crescent Jordan says he mastered it 10 for scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you so much. Everyone's saying happy birthday. Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Well, we have some Ask Adam questions.
Oh, let's get to it. What do we got?
Okay, so Allison Fader says, was Rufus okay while his pack was away when we were in Hawaii?
I don't know. What did Grammy say?
He actually did really good.
Yeah.
He was totally fine. I mean, as long as Grammy is here, I mean, he'll be okay.
And just so you know, so many of you have been chiming in, trying to give us tips. So we're restarting the training process with him. We took him out. We've been really strict with him doing walks and just working on him taking commands and learning. And he's getting better. He's not so barking at people as much anymore, which we're excited about. Mm-hmm. That's good. He's still having trouble with other dogs. So if you guys have any tips, drop those in the comments. When he sees another dog or hears another dog, he loses his mind. And it's just like insane.
I know.
But when we just walk past a random person he doesn't know, he does really well. So that's an improvement. But help us out. Mm-hmm. How can you get him to not freak out with other dogs?
Yeah, please. Thank you. So Robert Zahn, he says, you guys have some back-to-back shows in mid-August. How do you handle that? Must be exhausting for travel, setup, sound check, etc.
Yeah. It is. So this trip coming up will be, it'll be pretty wild. You do the little things that you can to try to make it easier on yourself. So instead of flying in day of show to Racine, to Milwaukee, we're going to fly the day before and also rehearse the day before. Mm-hmm. That way, show day, we can sleep in, just do a quick sound check, do the show. So that'll make those 2 days not so bad. Then the next day, we fly to Rochester. Early flight, do the show, but then the next day we rented a car and we can drive to Elmira. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So that will be a pretty laid back day. And then sound check's not till 3, so we can actually probably stay to the hotel till checkout and then just drive over there. The next day will be a long day. We will fly to Norfolk, rehearse, and do the show all in one day. But we play kind of early. We get done at 7. So I think you and I will probably go back to the hotel, collapse. And then we have 2 shows in Norfolk. One's the festival, one's the club. And we'll get to stay at the same hotel. So it's kind of those middle 2 days will be kind of crazy. And then it'll kind of get a little better. But I don't know. What do you think? What's your take on it? Is it insane?
It is exhausting. Depending on what we're doing. Even if it's just one show, the flights and travel and really has a lot to do with it, and accommodations. And I will say a lot of the times I do not hang. Adam is more of a trooper than I am. Sometimes I don't go to rehearsal, or I don't go to
Rarely,
sound check.
I would say.
And it's not because I'm being diva. As you guys know, I have an autoimmune disease.
Diva.
So
Diva.
A lot of the times, if I feel like the travel was really rough on me, I do have to rest, kind of doing like a few hours of rehearsal and then rushing to get dressed and then doing the show and all that. It's kind of a lot.
It's different too. Every instrument and then instrument versus voice is a different thing, and the voice can get fatigued, and so it's important to get that rest and have the proper warm up.
If my body is tired, I'm not gonna sound that great.
Yeah.
So sometimes I will go to the hotel and chill, but that's kind of rare because if the rehearsal is the day before, then that's okay. But just like this last time when we had went to San Antonio this past weekend, we got in day of show. Rehearsal was right when we, landed from the airport, and there was just no way. So.
And that was pretty extreme. We did 2 shows in San Antonio, plus flew the day of show, plus a rehearsal. So that was an exceptionally long day. Normally we'd fly in the day before, but I had to be at church Thursday night, so it just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ellen Nakata Harper says, will the CD release show at Spaghettini, will that be live streamed? Is Spaghettini live streaming
That's a good question. I do not know. Elon was there this past weekend, and they were live streaming. I'll have to look into that.
I don't think it was live streamed from Spaghettini. I think it was just someone who was there.
Okay, well, I'll look into it, and I'll get back to you guys.
Denise Walter says, what was your favorite thing to do when in Hawaii?
Oh, gosh. Well, definitely the water is always a blast, just going out there and relaxing in the waves. And me and Adam always play catch. We always get like a little water football or a water ball and throw it back and forth. So that was fun. Definitely the eating. Just so much incredible food there, but also just the zen. We purposely go over there and we don't schedule anything. And so some days we'll wake up and we're like, nah, I'm just going to chill out. And so we'll just...
and
we'll
Adam
just
Jr.
yeah.
too. We'll say, what do you want to do? And he's like, nothing. He just wants to chill.
Yeah. But it was great. It was a lot of nothing. We did rent a car one day and drove around. That was fun. But yeah, it was just the relaxation was much needed. So it was great.
Paula Saunders was asking if I will be at the show in October at Lowe's in Chicago.
Oh, so that show, I'm not sure. It's me, Vincent, and Nelson Rangel. So
I
so,
like Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson's great. Yeah, so I'm not sure yet. I'll have to check out the travel and see what's up, and maybe ask us again next week.
And
I'll get back to you.
a lot of people actually have been messaging me and asking me if I'm going to be at certain shows like October, November, and I don't know. I'm kind of, you guys know how I am very diligent and like serious about COVID safety. And COVID has just like gotten crazy again. And then plus fall and winter is cold and flu season. And I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that much traveling during that time but then I also have to travel with Adam because to make sure he's safe.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Because sometimes he'll forget and he'll start touching people's hands and then we'll touch his face.
She follows me with sanitizer, which is much appreciated. Thank you.
Right.
Well, I think we got time for one more. Do you got any more?
We have a lot more.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to it next week because there's always next week. And I also want to play one more tune for the people out here.
Okay.
So,
well, and when you were playing your song,
yeah,
and we were talking about your new album, Steve Hall. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
He says the album is awesome. Just saying.
Oh, Steve.
But you know, Steve is the only other person other than myself who has heard the song.
Appreciate you, Steve. Steve did an amazing job again mastering. He's mastered all my albums and almost everything I produces. So really appreciate you, Steve. Anyone out there watching, any musicians, if you're looking for mastering, hit up Steve Hall, Future Disc Systems. He's legendary. He's mastered like everything. So appreciate you, man.
Okay, so we can do our last Ask Adam question, and then the rest will wait for next week. James E. Creer says, did you all attend a luau in Hawaii?
We didn't. It was insane because of COVID. The attendance numbers were chopped down. They weren't allowing as many people to come in to allow for social distancing. The luau's were booked until like a month. Yeah, a month after we were going to leave. So normally we just get there. We're like, what day we want to do a luau? Boom. You know?
Yeah.
So I guess next time we know we need to book the luau in advance.
Yeah.
We always enjoy it. We usually go to King's Luau. But we were
Chiefs.
Thank you. Chiefs.
Okay.
But we were ready for any luau, and they were literally all booked.
All booked.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But it did make me feel good though, and you know, Hawaii is extremely progressive with COVID safety. I mean, as you guys, I'm sure, know that you have to either be fully vaccinated and show proof of vaccination before you arrive to the island, and you have to be tested if you're unvaccinated prior to arriving to the island. And when you get off of the plane, you go through the airport, and it's like a checkpoint. And so when you upload your vaccination or when you get your results for your COVID test, you get sent like a QR code through your email. And so they have to scan that, check it, they put it in their system, they give you like a card, like an okay to enter card. And so it's very progressive. A lot of the restaurants, they have contact tracing. You have to scan the QR code, or you have to give them your phone number and your name. And you can't enter any building without a mask. They have tables extremely, extremely distanced. The only restaurant we went to that was not open air, they were taking temperature checks for every patron before, you got past the hostess podium. But we felt extremely safe. I felt very safe. And but you know, we treat it just like at home. Mask up. When we get into the hotel room, we take our shoes off right by the door, wash our hands, we spray everything. So a lot of people, I think, when they go on vacation or they travel, they think since they're escaping their regular life, they're also escaping COVID, but it's like COVID's everywhere.
Yeah.
So but yeah, even though you can still enjoy yourself and be safe. So, and that's what we did. We had a really good time.
And that's what was refreshing. They were just so proactive about it.
Yeah.
So we did, obviously you still got to do the necessary things, but it definitely was, you know.
You felt safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you, honey.
You're
as
welcome.
always, we'll see you
Bye.
next week. And you guys know what time it is. It's time to reveal our guest for next week. And we have a return guest. He's an amazing guitarist. He's got a new song out right now. And his name is Gary Purcell. He's dropping by for a second time. He's got a new tune out called Smooth Strut, and very excited for him. And so make sure you tune in next week, August 11th. That's Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we're here every Wednesday. Don't forget to follow Adam Holly Artist page. Like and share these posts, and we just want to keep spreading the good vibes. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to grab the new record, it is now up on my website, available for pre-order, and I am literally sending it to manufacturing next week. I should have copies by the end of the following week, and then I'll be mailing them out. So you could have it in about 3 weeks. So if you want to pre-order it, just go on there, adamholly.com. Or you can click that link in the description. And lastly, if you want to help us out, and I've been seeing a bunch of you pop in with stars and whatnot, so really appreciate you guys. You can do stars through Facebook, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, also all through that description. So as I mentioned, I got one more tune. This is a favorite of mine. I mean, I like all of my tunes, but this is one that I really dig, and I haven't played it in probably about 3 months. It's off of Escape, my third album, and it featured a buddy of mine, Marcus Anderson. It's called Can't Stop. my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that was Can't Stop off of Escape. It was so awesome hanging with you guys on a Wednesday. Big thanks to Patrick Lamb and Greg Chambers for lending their talents to AH Live. Go check them out. Check out their social media, their websites. They've got shows coming up and fantastic new music. Next week is Gary Purcell. I hope you all have an amazing evening, and we'll catch y'all next time.